Hi, I'm Daz. I'm the producer of The Drift, and we're now fast approaching our final weekend of principal photography. We've had a couple of weeks of set building, which is nearly completed. We've had some real challenges with that. We have all the bits of set that we need to do, but one of the main areas that we wanted to build, we were unable to do so due to the fire issues last year. So we've had to sort of adapt what we've done, and we've done so, and actually done them very well. Done some lighting tests today, and that's gone down really, really well. So with a day to go before we should do the last bit of shooting, then things are looking fairly good. One of the challenges that we've had the last couple of weeks, and particularly more in the last few days, has been keeping people's motivation up, because when we were filming itself, during that period, we were filming pretty much every weekend. So the sort of the 4 days between each of those shoots was just enough of a break for most. Some of us were still working on the film during that time as well, but for most people that was a good enough time to have a bit of a rest before we then started. The trouble that we have now is that by having a full weekend away from filming, so it'll be 2 weeks basically since we last filmed, for many of the people, is that the fatigue is really sort of set in that people are like having trouble perhaps getting up to speed, and that's entirely natural and entirely to be expected. You know, it's been a hard slog, and we're still not there. You know, we've still got 3 more days of filming. So, and I'm feeling it too. You know, it's the guys as well. You know, during the filming process, during the principal photography, the main stint, I'd be working every day on it. Didn't have a single day off, and that's fine because that's what I like doing, and it's all good. It's all part of the process, so it's okay. Whereas this week, you know, I've had 2 days off. You know, I haven't done anything for 2 of the days, and not really felt a need to do anything for those 2 days. Now, whether that's because we're all in the zone, we know what we're doing, or because I'm tired, I don't know. But the fact is that I'm feeling it as much as everybody else. So it's difficult, because now we're going to go back to what we were doing for 3 days, which is a hard old slog. It's not an easy journey. So it's being mindful of that, and the crew being mindful of that too, and being ready for it. So that said, they're all very excited. You know, go onto Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and the guys are like, "Oh yeah, back on set, looking forward to it, really keen." You know, and also there is less to film this weekend than any of the other weekends, so there should be some space there. Then, having said that, we always seem to fill up the time we have with shooting. So we'll probably, if we have a bit of capacity, we'll try and make shots better and kind of thing. So, you know, it's always that way. But essentially, you've only got 3 scenes to do in the whole weekend, so that's a lot less. The first weekend of filming, I think we had about 12 different scenes. So it's come down. It's definitely come down. And the next challenge after that, notwithstanding editing and everything else, is just clearing the set, clearing the area. We've got best part of what I think is about 3 tons of wood. Yeah, that's a challenge. So I'm trying to do some deals with some local companies to take the wood away. We've got one company that's going to come and take the cardboard for free. They go and recycle it, that kind of stuff. But I've got a week then to clear the whole building. So in some ways that sounds like a long time. In some ways it's not long at all. So there's a lot of pressure there. And also it's likely, and is often the case, is that once the filming is done, then everybody sort of kind of disappears and goes back to their lives and kind of forgets about the 2 tons of wood that Daz is trying to get rid of. So not everybody, and like I say, it's entirely natural, which is why I'm already planning to try and minimise the impact when that happens, which it does. And a lot of it is because people are just so far away. You know, this is not in any way a dig at these guys. You know, a lot of them come from London, Manchester, Bristol, Brighton, all over the place, and it would be unreasonable to expect them to travel all that way just to come and help me cut down some wood. So I've planned for that, and that's fine. And then probably have a couple of weeks rest, and then we'll move into post-production. I've already emailed the guys in the post-production, people that have expressed an interest in post-production. There's a lot of them chomping at the bit. That will then introduce a whole new load of challenges, many of which I've experienced before, some that I'm sure will be new, but things like software interaction. One guy uses Maya, another guy uses 3ds Max, someone else uses After Effects, someone uses Final Cut Pro, I use Premiere, and all that kind of thing. Collaborative effort over the internet and across platforms of software is not easy. Rendering it into certain files and having an established post-production workflow of how stuff is transferred and how we document every visual effect shot and that kind of thing is a challenge. So I'm already starting to think about that as well now, about how to best use the team, how to keep them motivated, and more importantly, how to get the output, because it's a huge problem and it's probably really for a separate diary, to be honest, about the challenges that come with post-production across the ether. It can be difficult, very difficult in fact. So yeah. But for now, the sets are good to go. Just one more day to go before we start filming. Got the Harpoon behind us, that'll be lit, ready for Monday's shoot, and a few other sets as well you'll probably get to see. And then that's it, so it's all good. As long as we can keep the pace up for the last sort of 3 or 4 days, and then smash down some wood, and then let our hair down, it'll be good.